Hi guys, it's Duchess, and it's time for another movie review. I had seen the preview, which is unusual for me. As you know, I usually go into movies completely blind. This time I saw a preview and an ad, as like a print ad as well, for a movie called Bethany that I decided I just absolutely wanted to see. And I managed to find a copy of it on Amazon. And then I started looking at the cast of characters. And I ended up, at that point, developing very mixed feelings about the movie. I really wanted to see it because it looked really amazing. But then I noticed it had Tom Green and Shannen Doherty in it. And I don't like Tom Green or Shannen Doherty. I have serious issues with both of them as actors. So at that point, I decided I really wanted to hate the movie. Being very torn, I decided that the best way to do it and the way to be most subjective is to force Captain Ryzee to watch it with me because he doesn't like horror movies at all.
Not
even slightly. He hates it when I make him watch it.
No. I watch them because, you know, it is what it is, but give me a comedy any day over it. Just, for me, most movies are very obvious right from the get-go. The way they do the music and everything is just too obvious for my liking. I'll be like, something's about to happen, music is starting, etc., etc. I get bored very easily.
This movie wasn't one of those. At least I didn't think so. Everything was done absolutely beautifully. It was written, directed, and produced by James Cullen Bressack. Now, I've not seen any of his work before, as far as I know. I will tell you, I think I want to see more. I think I want to see a lot more. What about you?
Not being a horror guru or anything, just guru. I think I said guru. Let's ignore that for a minute. Yeah, it surprised me. I don't get fooled very often.
Yeah.
Not even slightly.
The cinematography was phenomenal. Yeah. Don't start with the spoilers yet. We don't do spoilers.
I wasn't spoiling. I was just complimenting on it. It's a way, its ability to keep me fooled until right near the end.
It was. Normally, my one big rule, especially when I'm watching horror movies, is if you speak, I will personally cut your head off. I was the one talking this time. I was constantly asking him, is it this, or is it that, or is it that over there? It got me. And at the same time, even though I've got all these thought processes going on and I'm having this side conversation, I couldn't tear my eyes off the screen. I couldn't.
Oh, you want me to say something now?
That would be why I'm looking at you.
Fair enough. It does a lot of flashbacks from when the main woman whose name I can't remember. What
Claire.
I was going with her actual name, but
Stephanie Estes.
Correct. You get a gold star. But it goes from her being an adult, which is the real time, back to her childhood when it would do it. But it would do it in such a way that it was obvious to tell because of the way he did the lighting.
Yeah, I mean, one of the scenes, and I can tell you the one scene because it doesn't spoil anything in the movie at all. She's sitting in her childhood dresser, and she is remembering her mother teaching her to put on makeup. And at one point, you see her reach forward towards the mirror. And just in that movement, just the movement from her hand being in front of her to her hand being in front of the mirror, you see the light change from kind of a bluish tint to kind of a pinkish tint. And that is literally your transition between the two time periods. It is the most beautifully done thing I think I've ever seen in a movie.
It was very my words aren't working. Flawless?
Yes.
We'll try that. Got there in the end.
Very much so.
But it was done in such a way that it was, and as Duchess pointed out, it is to do with the color. You watch the color change, and it's then she's gone back into a memory and whatnot, which was usually like the more summery type colors. So like
right, the warmer, the pinks, the oranges, things like that. But it was very subtle. It's not like you had this harsh change. For example, like Quentin Tarantino movies, he does a lot of that back and forth thing. But when he does it, it's very quick. It's very sudden. You know you've made a move. It's not like that with this movie. Everything is very subtle. It's very fluid. And there are times when you actually ask yourself, did I miss a change there? And you can't always tell. And I don't believe it's because it's badly done. I believe it's because you're not meant to. And I like that. I like that a lot. As far as Tom Green and Shannen Doherty go, because I know I'm not the only one out there that's not a fan, I don't know what else to say, but Tom Green grew up. He's not creepy. He's not weird. The man can act, and he looks like a human being.
That was one of the main running commentaries through it.
Yeah, it really was.
Was, he plays a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Plays a psychiatrist. And he sounds the part. No weird Tom Green things that you expect with Tom Green.
I was absolutely floored when I realized it was him. Like, I reached across, smacked Ryan, and said, oh my God, that's Tom Green. Shannen Doherty was Shannen Doherty. She was a better Shannen Doherty than she usually is. She played Claire's mother, which is the main girl. And I've got to say, I wasn't disappointed in her performance either. And I honestly think that that's a first for me. I have never been a fan.
Still not a fan, I'll be honest. But that's probably more to do with the character than anything else.
Well, she played the character very well.
You cannot argue in her acting ability of this character. Yeah, I got that.
But yeah, I mean, I want to tell you guys all about the movie. I want to tell you everything about it. But I won't. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to let Ryzee give anything away. Simply because I am actually putting this at the top of my, if you like horror movies, you must see it. It has to go on that list, and it has to be at the top right now. I think it very much also goes at the top of the, if you don't think you like horror movies, you still have to see this list.
I wouldn't argue with it either.
It's just one of those movies that everybody, I honestly believe, no matter what kind of movies you like, unless the only thing you ever watch is Disney films, and then, maybe not. But aside from that, no matter what you like, I think you should see this movie. Because it's the closest thing to perfect I've seen in a while.
I went into it assuming with a name like Bethany that we were going to be looking about a psycho doll or something.
Yeah, I honestly went into it thinking it was going to be another Annabelle.
That's exactly where my head was right from the get-go. I'm like, it's going to be psycho doll making people do crazy shit. But pleasantly surprised. As I said, I don't get fooled very often. I usually pick up on things. There's been some movies Danny said, Duchess has said, I bet you can't work this out, and within about 15 minutes of the movie I've gone, alright, done.
It makes me want to kill him.
Yeah, unfortunately my brain works in a bad way and it doesn't work.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted Ryan with me on this review. I am one of those people that when I sit down to watch a movie, especially a horror movie, I completely lose myself in that movie. And I feel like I am in that movie. And that's probably why if there's a scare to be found, it will scare the hell out of me. But it's also why I get lost in the story and don't pick up on things as quickly as Ryan, who seems to steer in the general direction of the television set, but never get fully absorbed.
Yeah.
And I wanted that objectivity because I know that I get absorbed.
Yeah, as I said, it kept me intrigued the whole way along, and that's it. And because it sort of sits in that psychological one where you're like, it basically has your brain ticking from the start, going okay, and then you should, as I said, usually I can pick up on most of it. Up until about the last 10 minutes, probably, is when everything fit into place.
Yeah, and it could not have been done better. I mean, there's a lot of movies that I have seen where you've got your twists and your turns, and they're going, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's this thing up here, and then when they finally make the big reveal, it's very clunky. And that, again, not the case with this movie. It just slid right into place like it had been there the whole time. And it was like peeling a banana. It was that fluid and that natural.
You can tell this was not a big budget movie. It's mostly it's mostly done in the one house. Like there's a trip to the hospital and that sort of stuff. But it's mostly done within one house, so you could tell it was not a big budget movie. I would imagine. I didn't get her to look into it, of course.
No, because I don't do those things.
But it was played out very well. That I've seen really, really expensive movies
that are really,
fall
really bad
flat because it's too obvious.
Oh yeah.
As I said, this is one of them movies where you can look at some of it, and even the cinematography was pretty good in this movie. It was
beautiful.
But you can also tell the difference when it comes to it. Just the stylized choices that are made.
The thing is, I like those choices, and it's a style of movie that I've always really liked. I mean, I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but you've seen the movie as well. In Fear. It was filmed entirely in a car.
Which one was that?
The one where the couple are in a car in Ireland.
Ah, the one where, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say anymore because that's one of those movies that I'm going to review because it's one of my favorites.
Oh.
But how the cinematography almost has that old quality to it. How it almost feels like it wants to be a found footage, but it's not. And it's just very dark, and it has just an eerie quality to it. But again, that's another one of those where it was filmed in one small little location. And that's my favorite movie. If it comes to movies if I want to be scared to death, that's the one I turn to. The thing is, I put this one right up there with it now. And it's a very similar style. And I know that Ryan has mentioned he doesn't think it was a hugely big budget film, and I guess I would probably agree on that. But what that tells me is if he can do this on a smaller budget, my God, what would he do if they handed him the budget of, say, Pan's Labyrinth or Harry Potter?
See, now you're speaking more like my language.
Yeah, I saw the blank stare with Pan's Labyrinth.
I would agree.
You know?
I would be intrigued to see how he could do with one of them big budget horror movies, because if he can do this, and he did, the writer was the director as well?
The writer, the director, and the producer are all the same man. He's brilliant.
I would like to see what he could do with a really big budget movie.
Seriously, give him Guillermo del Toro's budget, please. And I'm not saying I don't like Guillermo del Toro. I love him. But this guy is phenomenal. You know, Mr. Bressack, if you see this, seriously, top-notch movie. Please do more. Please do more like this.
Oh, my fucking hand. Oh, no. Do you want to talk about the people in the movie besides the two actual famous people?
Well, I kind of went through the cast of characters, and I'll be honest. Tom Green, of course, everybody knows Tom Green. Same thing with Shannen Doherty. So I looked up Stephanie Estes. Sorry. I haven't seen anything she's been in. Zak, what is his last name?
Get out of the way, doghead.
Zak Ward, who was the co-writer as well, it turns out. I saw that on the movie credits. He's one of those guys. The whole movie I'm watching it going, this guy looks so familiar. Why does this guy look so familiar? What have I seen this guy in? Turns out I have seen him in at least one episode of literally everything I watch. So, that's why he looks familiar. I've seen him about 700 times.
What's your opinion on the young girl?
The little girl?
The little
I
girl.
think she's fucking phenomenal. Sorry for my language. I don't normally swear in these videos, but that time I think it was necessary. She's frigging brilliant. Okay, did you watch The Girl with All the Gifts with Me? The zombie movie about the little girl, the newest,
the
new one.
little
black girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was cool.
Honestly, I put her on the same level with that little girl.
And that's why I intentionally brought her up. Her name is Anna Ha. Very talented. She looked like she was only about 15. So
she seems very young.
Let me have a look. It doesn't say. Well, that's okay. IMDb, you failed me this time.
Yeah, Wikipedia's the way to go now. But yeah, seriously, she is amazing.
She has a bright future, even just within the horror genre.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate for her to end up like Heather Langenkamp, which was the girl that did I'm getting ready to explain. She was the main girl in the original Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Did I?
No, I have not made you watch that yet.
Okay.
It will come. We have to get through Hellraisers first.
We haven't even started Hellraiser.
We started Hellraiser once and you fell asleep. Anyway, we're transgressing. Shush. What happened with poor Heather is that she got slotted into that Scream Queen category. Which is really unfortunate because she was an amazing actress as well. She was a little bit older than this girl, though. Like, she was probably 18. But I don't want to see that happen to this girl. I mean, yeah, she wants to do more horror movies. Great, go for it. She's amazing. But she's so amazing. I would like to see her in everything.
I'm just being nosy. I'm going to now Wikipedia just to see how old she is because I'm a nosy bugger.
So, yeah, I mean, it's the style of the movie. I have to keep coming back to that because I love the style of the movie. The way it's done, it's the style of movie that I tend to fall in love with. It's very reminiscent of Guillermo del Toro with the darkness and the lighting changes and things like that. And those are some of my favorite movies. You know, Pan's Labyrinth, The Others, things like that. It also makes me think of In Fear with the small setting and this, that, you know, and that sort of thing. It even in a way sort of makes me think of Strangers.
Do I know that?
The Strangers. Liv Tyler.
I was going to say, is that the Liv Tyler one?
That is the Liv Tyler one.
That is a brilliant movie, by the way.
But can you see the connection that I'm making?
Yes, actually.
You know, it's one of those that just fits right in perfectly with all of the big name horror movies. And that says a lot. It really does. Especially for me, because I'm the one that watches all of those big name horror movies. And I'll be honest, I would reach for this before I would reach for some of the others. This is one I see myself watching time and time again. This is one I see myself forcing other people to watch.
Like me.
Exactly.
Got forced to watch it.
And
not unimpressed.
No. I'm getting ready, as most of you guys know, to move back to the United States. I can think of at least 3 people right now that I'm going to force to watch this movie.
Oh,
he's booping a puppy. He's not just being odd. I know that's kind of normal for him, but he's not this time. So, if we go with the Grimmy Cat scale...
Hold on. Shit. Let me get my
back
on that. Oh, there we go.
1 to 10, what do you rank it?
Jeez, we're ranking movies out of 10 now.
Okay, alright. Did we do the last one out of 5?
I don't know. The last one was zombies and it was rubbish.
Oh God! Oh, please don't even bring that one up.
Zombies. Anyway, but
was it a 5 or was it a 10?
I don't know.
Let's go with 5.
Let's go with 5 because it seems more logical.
1 to 5. What would you give it?
If I was to rate it out of 5 over everything, or are we talking certain aspects?
Let's go everything first.
Everything. Probably an easy 4. Easy 4.
I gotta give it a 5. And there's not many that get a 5 on my list. Okay, pick a category.
It's not a jump scare movie.
No, it is not.
You want a jump scare, this ain't the one for you.
Yeah, if you're looking for a, flay off my skin, I'm so terrified movie, no, this isn't it. There were a couple that got me, don't get me wrong, but I think that's just me because I'm jumpy. I could be wrong. I mean, there were some things, the thing is, there were also some things in there that just literally made my skin crawl. Like, creepy, made my skin crawl. And if you don't stop that, I'll punch you in the face, video or not. So yeah, it definitely had that going for it.
As I said, some of the acting seemed clunky, and to me, the main guy whose name I can't remember,
Zak Ward.
It seemed a bit clunky, but at the same time, hey, he partly wrote the movie and stuff. So hell, why not chuck yourself in it?
Oh yeah, and I mean, the
I would do the
thing is,
same thing.
I will agree with you. At the beginning, I thought he was clunky, but at the beginning, I also thought he was a big old douchebag, and said as much. I honestly think that it's intentional. I think it's part of the movie, and I think it is meant to be that way.
It's quite possible.
I think that at the beginning, he's meant to come across as cold and kind of bastardly.
Well, and that could be it, because by the end, yeah, he seemed pretty reasonable. But
exactly.
Start, I'm like, this isn't great acting.
Yeah, I think he was just meant to come across as very bland.
Oh, he definitely did that.
I think that was intentional.
Was Diet Coke for a good half of that movie.
I wouldn't say half. First quarter, most definitely.
I'm going half.
Going half. All right, fine. You're entitled.
I'm going half.
But yeah, overall, would you tell other people to see it?
Yeah, my people don't really do horror, but I would.
Have you met any of your family?
As little as possible. As little as possible.
His whole family watches true crime and horror, just like I.
True crime is different.
Your mom steals horror movies from me.
Wow, she's weird, but that's irrelevant to the situation. But I would have no problem if it came to someone wanting a scary movie. I wouldn't remember the name of it. I'm bad with names. But I would also then message Duchess, go, what the hell was that movie that we watched the other week?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, that one. I'm like...
Otherwise known as Bethany.
Yeah. Okay. That one might actually be easy to remember.
You might actually want to say the name in the movie review from time to time.
Oh, is that what part of
Bethany.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, what's the name of the movie again?
There's a town named that. And a Barossa. There you go.
Do you see what I did?
Bethany.
Thank you.
I'd honestly forgotten the name. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I didn't remember the name. I don't know what else to say now.
Basically, here's the deal, guys. We've now rambled on for 25 minutes. which is a record for most of my movie reviews.
Yeah, when you've got someone.
If you have not seen Bethany, go and see it. If you can't find it showing anywhere nearby, it's on Amazon, grab it. This is not negotiable. I am telling you, go watch it. Tell me what you think, if nothing else, because I honestly challenge you to not find something that you love in this movie. I really do. Like I said, it has Tom Green in it. I wanted to hate it, and I don't. I even like Tom Green. God, that's painful to say.
It was pleasantly surprising.
It really was. I'm proud he finally grew up and decided to lay off the moose.
Yeah.
It had to be said.
He did some wacky shit.
Oh. If this is what he was like when he was married to Drew Barrymore, I can finally understand it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that will be more moose green there. Just
that worries me. That all aside, like I said, it's a brilliant movie. Absolutely flawless in pretty much every way. I don't care if you're not a horror fan. Please go see it. It's really worth your time, and I really think that you'll enjoy it. If you are a horror fan, go into it prepared for what it is. It is probably more what people unfortunately have started classifying as a psychological thriller. It really, really angers me that they're breaking the category up into multiples now. I don't like it, but we'll call it what it is.
It's a thinking movie.
It is a thinking movie, but I like thinking movies. I actually prefer those to gore, so it works out well.
I would agree. Gore, hack and slash, yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking for a hack and slash, this ain't it.
Yeah, if you want to watch those, yeah, it's fine. Blood squirting everywhere, whatnot. But it holds less of an appeal because a movie like this will keep your brain engaged.
Right. Like I said, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I could not stop. And that's unusual for me. I've been known to pause movies, have a conversation, then go back to it. I couldn't do it. Could not. It is probably, of the new horror movies that I've seen, which I've seen a lot, in the past 5 years, I think this is the best one I've seen.
That's a fairly big call.
It really is. And
It's a big call.
it is massive for me. But it really probably is the best one I've seen. It's certainly the one I've enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
I mean, how many movies have I sat down and made you watch? We tried to review them and we couldn't. Because they were just so blasted bad.
I'd have reviewed them anyway.
Oh.
Someone recommend. What was that one? Someone said
Zombievers.
Zombievers. She wouldn't let us review that.
There was nothing redeeming about that.
Whoever that was that requested that, get onto her.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Oh, it really was. And that's what I'm saying. Last 5 years, horror as a general rule has not been great. There have been a few shining stars in the last 5 years, but they are few and far between. And this is one of those shining stars. And Mr. Bressack, if you're watching this, please make more movies like this. I'm begging, as a humble horror and psychological thriller absolute fanatic, please make more of these.
I think they left it open for another one.
And that was what I was going to say. Please, please, please make another one. Please. Please. And honestly, guys, you guys have seen 100 of these by now. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends. If there's anything you want me to review, as long as it's not Zombievers, let me know. I guess if enough people request Zombievers, I'll go ahead and do that too. But by golly, there better be at least 50 of you to make me watch that horrid thing again. Again, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't think I've linked my Snapchat yet. I don't use it enough to make it worthwhile. But I really, I want to know what you guys think. Please go out, watch Bethany. And then let me know what you think. I'm dying to see if other people feel the same way about this one that I do.
Yeah, feel free to stop by my channel as well. Mostly it's just nerdy stuff. But,
Absolutely.
But I might actually start doing movie reviews.
Yeah, he may have to fill in some of the gaps for me while I'm on the big move and don't have internet.
Probably won't be horror, let's be honest.
I'll leave him a list.
Yeah, it's likely to be Adam Sandler or something like that. Haven't been a fan recently, so it could get a bit ranty.
But again, Bethany.
Yeah, we should get back to the point because it's been almost 31 minutes of this discussion about
It's frigging brilliant. Mr. Bressack, you have got an absolute gem on your hands here. You have done brilliantly. And with that, it looks like Ryzee's about to implode. So I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us, that sort of thing. Thanks and have a great night.
Bye-bye.